Hello guys, this is Avcoor, and we're looking at a new wave of character. To say Krill of the Thunder is good is an understatement. Like I said, these two characters are extremely good, but as a person who plays this game consistently, I'm not that big of a fan of the power creep. For the simple fact is, unless you're well, you're never, ever going to get the same effect out of these characters as they would because you have to rank them up to get the best out of them. A lot of these new characters require ranks, and you'll see that this character requires ranks and requires a lot of resources because you will want to get her unique weapon. I'm just warning you, but this character, you really want to get their unique weapon. But I will also say in a counter argument that they're worth it because this character is I played her in the story mode, and she is a very amazing character. And I'm just so sad that the paywall is so high in order to effectively use this character because you only have so many slots for shards. So let's get into it. So the overall design is good. I mean, the character designs on this game have never failed, and this is another one that has not failed. With Avia, it was kind of so-so to me, but with this one, really hits home. I mean, I'm getting like Fire Emblem vibes here. So yeah, but let's go into the stats and everything. So we have Lightning. So this is the first Lightning SSR shooter that we've gotten, and she uses a gun weapon. So this will be a drawback to her character because there's not too many gun weapons in the game, and she's the first one to introduce this weapon into the archer pool. So you're really going to want to have her unique weapon. But as far as the element goes, the element is good. Lightning is good. Excuse me. Lightning is extremely good. Um, a lot of blue units have emerged, and I think for someone to be able to efficiently hit catch and to hit catch from a distance in PvP is amazing because catch is a nightmare to deal with in PvP. If you play PvP, you'll you have encountered skilled catch players, you know what I'm talking about. So when we go to her stats, this is really good. It seems like okay, just A across the board, but that's really good. This is an archer, and when you look at characters like Coil, like Silva, they all get good stat lines, but hers is very straightforward. You got A HP, you got A physical attack, you have A physical defense, and A magic defense. Cole had S physical defense, but his magic defense was lower. So this gives her versatility, and she can be very tanky. But she can be very tanky in different ways because she has a range advantage, something that Cole didn't have. I think, in my personal opinion, Cole introduced a level of power creep for archers that had to be matched. So this character came out a little broken because if she wasn't as good as she is, she kind of would have just fell to the wayside because though archers are few in number, the ones that they produced in the SSR pool are really good. Erica is really good. Coil is really good, and everybody knows that Silva is amazing. So they had to do something amazing with this character, and it's good, but I'm not very excited about it because it's just pure power creep. Nucleus of Thunder is a very simple, unique passive, but it's really good. Sometimes simple is good, and this is one of those examples. Physical attack and critical hit probability in combat increases during active attack by 50%. This is at max rank, but if you look at characters like Seminar, Semi, they make good use of this. if you're going to increase physical attack, you will always want to increase critical hit probability with that, because if you're just gonna do increased physical attack, it's better that you get increased damage like you get with Sighart. It's better that way. Or if you get physical attack, you actually want to hit multiple times. But in this passive, she can do both because she acquires an additional action, an enemy action with active attack. That means after she attacks, she can do another attack. There's a two-turn cooldown on this, but yeah, I I'm glad that it's 2 turns because this is kind of like really really bad to go against. If like sometimes the wells will actually rank 9 these characters, and some of us that go into PvP actually have to face these characters at full throttle. And this is a character that I would hate to see at full throttle because she has one shot potential, but if she doesn't, she's still clearing because she just has another turn. So that's always that's always terrible. This character is really terrible to me. Give yourself eagle gives yourself eagle's eye. Use the skill eagle's eye, attain the status. This is really good. I implore you. This is one of the best passes in the game. Just just one of the best passes in the game. You get increased range. This is what adds to her defensive potential for the simple fact that she actually hits outside the range of what the enemy can counterattack. Like Lancelot cannot counterattack. Jin cannot counterattack you. Who else? Richard cannot counterattack you. Gabriel cannot counterattack you. Archers cannot counterattack you. That is a big plus. Yeah, that's a big plus. That's an extremely big plus. So when we look at this is really good. Rain of Arrow is a generic skill that everybody gets, but in her hand is something totally different because of the range that she gets. Because she can actually hit outside the normal range of other units, which allows her. I played her in story mode, and this is better than it looks. This skill is better than it looks. Fires a lightning arrow at a single target, doing 1.4 damage to the ship, and the chance of crit 20% is increasing. Continues throughout festival, and after use, it becomes a cooldown state. I've tried this before. I really don't fully understand it. For me, it just does a lot of damage, and she crits a lot off of it. But it seems that there's more to it. Okay, the threat of awakening. Have friends around you, the lowest HP ally within. Excuse me. To target the 20% decreases for every turn, 2 times per map. So passive. What's the count on that? Uh, oh, it's 2. So if friends are around you, lowest HP adds if you make an active attack on a normal enemy and you're mobile and you're not preemptively attacked, the damage the target does in battle is 20%. Is decreased by 20%. That's pretty defensive if it works the way I think. That if you are near allies and you engage an enemy, you take 20% reduced damage. That's really good. Okay, so this is one cause. The chance of critical hit plus 10% increasing around destination if there's no allies in the con. Active attacks in combat fatal damage increased by 10%. So if you crit, you do. That's easy to achieve though. With this character, that is very easy to achieve. If you could be away from people because of your increased range, but if that's the case, then this will take up 2 slots because you will use the eagle eye skill in that one. So I'm not too keen on that because you really want eagle eye to stay out of range. I think that's better. So she needs silver. which is doable for a lot of people. And she needs, well, that sucks. She actually needs Avia. That sucks. So you're kind of gonna want to have both of them. That sucks. That sucks. That sucks. We don't know if these are seasonal units and they'll come back in a normal summoning pool, so we don't know that. That sucks. This is that great passive that you get. Midsummer's Bullet. Deal physical damage to all enemies in range and inflict slow and superconducting status. 2 to turn persistence around centering on enemies after con disturbance that affect occurs with superconducting self and surrounding at the end of the turn. 1 fixed damage inflicted on our allies within con maximum and 2 other allies disturbance. Oh, location change at random. Well, I don't understand that. Okay, so I know you do inflict slow on the opponent and disturbance, superconductor self and surrounding at the end of the turn. 1 fixed. Oh, so you give fixed damage to and the opponent gets fixed damage. Location changed at random. Disturbance. So disturbance, you change your. I don't get that. Because there's one skill that she can do over and over again. Is that it? Oh, this is the skill where you can shoot 3 times. Okay. Okay, now I get it. Excuse me. Fires the wave of accumulated force, fires an arrow at the single target dealing 1.6 damage. That's a high multiplier. And advantageous check on the property of the target result and normal effect 20% increasing. The cooldown of the skill is one turn decreasing. If you kill the enemy, I've used this skill before in the story modes that they have. I just kill an enemy with it. I didn't see these other effects. There's some skills that she has I don't understand. Where as with Avia, I played her and I pretty much got everything. I can't I can't fully determine her potential because I don't really understand her skills. But overall, like the basic mechanics of this woman's kit is really amazing. So let's go to weapon because I do get that. So we're looking at with Shining Star, we're looking at physical attack and crit. That's really amazing. Acquire abrupt status when there's an enemy of an attribute conflict within 7 compartments at the start of the turn, lasting 1 turn. Increases damage done in combat by 8% when using. This is really good. This is why I think you should. Yeah, you want her. You really want her unique weapon. That's pretty dumb. Anything with damage increase is pretty broken, especially when you're doing an active single skill, which she has a bunch of. Abrupt status, I have to check that because let me check that abrupt status. I think she has it in her kit. Let me see abrupt status. No, it's not here. Now this is superconducting. This disturbance. What's abrupt status? Nope. Well, please, somebody in the comments tell me what abrupt status is, because that seems to be important to this weapon. I mean, the other aspects of the weapon are really good. I mean, increased damage with the single target attack. That's really freaking stupid. So, from what, from just the flat aspects of her kit and her basic function, she seems like a very superior unit. There are characters that she works well with. There's armor, there's equipment that works well on her. Let's look at some of her allies. You'll be surprised to find out that, like a lot of the newer units, they tend to be very flexible because
새로운
they're
세계,
made for
새로운
PvP.
시작.
But I think as far as healers go, she actually wants her partner. She actually wants Avi of the Waves. Avia the Waves is a really good counterpart to her because she can heal from a distance and she doesn't need to be near her in order to activate her effects. Of course, Belek is like the
나의 사명은
all-time healer.
인간을 고난에서
So that's
벗어나게 하고
another healer that's really
이
good.
세계를 가득
Electo is
채운
really good.
올라라! 뜨거운 열기로 알렉토의 강림을 맞이하라!
I think this is one of her better allies because she actually manipulates the board that forces people to make awkward positioning decisions, which Krill can exploit. So her, Coil, Silva, Jin is really good because you actually can position Jin upward, have him soak up the melee, and then she can pick off units. So Jin is actually really good. Jin is actually a good partner. Of course, Lancelot is a good partner as she can lower movement and stun enemies. Hazel is really good. Hazel is one of her better healers. Valek, Avia, and Hazel, I think those are the strong trifecta of healers that she benefits from. Anybody who can survive close up like Richard, Catch is good. Catch is really good for a lot of people. Charlotte, Marguerite, same culprits, but Electo is a very special character. I think Electo, from my perspective, is one of her best allies because once she starts burning up the field, people people actually get scared of Electo
이곳은
and make
영역개척
mistakes.
작업부서다.
And this character
무슨
is made
일이지?
to exploit positioning.
먼저 회의 시간을 예약해라.
So let's look at my brownie.
성광기사 브라운 화...
So for equipment, you want her unique weapon. That's what you want. But for her accessory, you actually want this. Physical attack plus 4%, critical hit probability plus 10%, and critical hit damage plus 5%. This turns her into an absolute monster. And it's sad that this is one of the harder pieces of equipment to get, but it's like ideal for Kirilr because you want to increase her crit, you want to increase her physical attack, and when she does crit, you actually want to increase the damage of her crit. So it's doing all that and more so. So with her helm, this is solid, but this is better, the Crown of Sacred Feathers, because you get 10% damage reduction in battle after your attack, which people are going to want to attack this character. They're going to want to kill it, and there's always, that equipment is always good. I think this is one of the best pieces of equipment for archers because it gives the exhausted status, which lowers attack and magical attack. This is probably her best piece of equipment right there. And for rune, you actually want battle axe because you get physical penetration and you get increased damage dealt by 10% and damage reduced. The damage reduced part isn't that important, but the damage increased by 10% is important. And for a secondary set, sword works fine because it increases your physical attack. So that's as far as your equipment set that you want on her. But as for my final thoughts on this character, if you should summon or not, here's the deal. One question you have to ask with Krill are you a PvE player or a PvP player? If you're a PvP player, then I hate to say it, she is a must summon because she's going to switch up the meta because she gets to attack twice. Any ranged unit that gets to attack twice, it's pretty broken. Look at that. She gets to attack twice. Come on, dude. That's insane. I can't believe they actually made a character like that. But if you're a PvE player, then not so much. I mean, she is helpful in PvE. There are better PvE units right now. If you're really serious about PvE, you're looking at characters like Lancelot, Sighart. You're looking at characters like Arena. You're looking at characters like Avia. of the waves. I think she's pretty PvP friendly, PvE friendly. But as far as PvP content goes, she is a must-have. Will I be summoning for her? No. I'm gonna be focusing more on Avia the Waves because I don't know if this banner is coming around again, and I would like to have a strong healer that over time I can build, because this is something that you need to understand. You should always, on some level, be rotating a healer into your charge slots. And I think like Avia will fill that space. I wanted it to be Alicia because I have her at rank 4. But I just think long term I'm going to get more out of Avia than I would out of Alicia. So that's that. I'm going to build Sighart. I'm going to build Seminar. But after I build Sighart and Seminar, it's going to be Lancelot. And it's going to be Avia. Because I think if I even get Avia, it would be Avia if I get her. But anyways, if you like my content, hit the like, share, subscribe button. Have a great day and goodbye.